The grid drawing assignment. For your grid assignment, you will need a sheet of paper that is an unusual size, 9 inches by 12 inches. This is easy to do with a standard 18-inch by 24-inch drawing pad. First, pull the paper out and remove any messy perforated edges. Then you will need to fold it in half with precision and either carefully cut it with some scissors, or you can gently tear it with a burnished crease, as I'm doing. Once you've completed this first division, then you will take one of the halves and fold and cut it again. This will leave you with 2 sheets of paper that measure 9 inches by 12 inches. Perfect for our project. 9 inches by 12 inches. Perfect. Then with your sharp pencil and ruler, you will carefully measure 1-inch increments on the top edge and bottom edge of your paper. Then carefully line them up with your ruler and draw a straight line to connect them. Precision is important here. We don't want wonky squares or rectangles. You will have 9 vertical rows. Then measure 1-inch increments on the adjacent sides and carefully line them up with your ruler and connect them. This will give you 12 horizontal rows, giving you a total of 108 squares. Alright, well done. Now, I need to make 2 viewfinders. I think I'll take my other half of paper and tear it in half. Now, near the center and with my ruler, I'm going to draw a 1-inch square. With my other piece of paper, I'm going to draw a 1/2-inch square near the center of the page. Then, with my tape and scissors, I'm going to very carefully cut out my square. I will start at the edge and work my way to the middle. Once the square is cut out, I'll tape up the cut seam. I do the same thing with the other square. Now, I have 2 very important tools for my project, viewfinders. Lastly, I will subdivide my squares to create a mini ruler for the viewfinders. Voila! Now, I will take my image with the grid overlay and start at the top corner, and I will isolate the corner square with the 1/2-inch viewfinder. This is the smaller one. Next, I will find the corresponding square on my larger grid, and I will carefully begin drawing and shading the forms and values. This square is as dark as my pencil can get, so I will carefully color it in to make it a rich velvety black to match the square on my image. Now we are going to draw every other square to create a checkerboard effect. We do this to encourage us to focus on shapes and not the whole image. Take your time, draw the shapes and forms first, then begin coloring in with your pencil. If you have fuzzy edges in your shapes, then keep them fuzzy. Use your viewfinders to isolate corresponding squares to determine proportions, shapes, and values. Make your larger square look as close as possible to the smaller one. Isolating the squares will make any inconsistencies more noticeable. Remember, you're not drawing eyes, noses, mouths, hair, eyelashes, etc. You're drawing abstracted shapes, gradations, and textures. Your larger square should have the same shapes, proportions, and values as your small image. At first, you will only draw in squares to create a checkerboard over your entire paper. Once you've completed a checkerboard, then choose 10 additional blank squares to finish your drawing. Check out these works by some of my former drawing students. These are done on a larger paper, but they all use the exact same method we are using here. Remember, every square should be drawn lovingly, with great patience and focus, and always use the isolating viewfinder. Good luck!